Hey again, I'm Rick. This is 65 by 65. I'm with Big Dipper again, and we're doing a 2-day hike here at the Bronson State Forest. Once again, this time we're doing one night by ourselves at Fern Camp, and then we're doing a second night with the local backpacking club at the other camp, camp number 2. I can't remember the name of it. But anyways, hope you enjoy this video. It'll probably be a short one. I got a new tent to try out, and we'll see how this goes. Enjoy. All right, as always, we're finally off the blue trail, and we have to either go left or right. That's Joshua Creek that way, Christmas Creek and Fern Camp to the right. Off we go. Should only be about 3 miles today. All right, here's our first water, and this does not look very palatable this time. Oh, it's not that bad. It looked a little hazier from an angle.
You want to go down about wrist deep to gather it.
Yeah, that's some greasy looking water. Steve spotted a little wildlife. We're not sure if he's rabbit or not. Nope. Bing, 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 bing. Little armadillo.
Lone Star beer.
You know they carry leprosy.
Armadillos?
Yes, that's how you can get leprosy nowadays, is from an armadillo.
So he's shouting,
Fiction or fact from Rick's Almanac.
Unclean.
All right, we finally made it to Christmas Creek. So we're gonna take a look and see how the water looks in Christmas Creek. And here's the Christmas Creek Bridge. And on the other side, I know there is a Eugene bench. Oh wow, there's a lot of water in it. And here's the Eugene bench. We made it to Fern Camp. Been here several times before. It looks just as good as it ever did. Camp number 3. Fern.
So it's the same.
All right, Fern Camp. Made it.
Once at camp, I immediately started setting up my tent. This was the first time I've set up the Durston X-Dome, and it could not have been easier. I was actually taking my time to ensure I got everything positioned and attached correctly, and it still took no more than 5 minutes to pitch the tent.
All right, so I got my Durston X-Dome 1 Plus. So it's a one-person freestanding tent. I got the bike poles, carbon fiber, that are supposed to be shorter. So each of these segments is a little bit shorter than you would get in the regular kit. But I wanted that because I like to put my tent horizontally in my backpack. So it allows me to put the tent and the poles in the tent horizontally above basically my stuff sack. So that worked out really well. It's a little heavier than my old tent, or my existing tent, but the footprint is much smaller. So this is probably 2 feet, maybe 3 feet in each direction smaller than my Z-Packs tent, because my Z-Pack tent is a trekking pole tent and it needs to be staked out. So there's cords that extend well beyond the tent structure itself. And being a freestanding tent, the tent is fully contained within the pole structure of the tent. And as they say, this is a fly first setup if you want it to be. So the fly goes up underneath the poles, and then the mesh part of the tent connects into the bottom of the fly. So you can set up the fly first, and then you can put in the mesh part of the tent underneath, or you can just leave it all together, keep it sealed up, and then when you set it up, everything is covered by the fly as you're setting things up. So that worked really well. Setup was pretty easy. There's a few things I needed to figure out, like one, don't stake it first. Basically put the pole structure up, place the tent where you want, and then figure out the staking. Same with tightening the straps on the tent part. Once the fly was in good position, you could tighten the straps for the inner part of the tent to maximize sort of the shape of it, make sure it's tight but not too tight. It wasn't pulling in on the poles and stuff like that. So worked out pretty well. Like I said, I think the inside of the tent is a little smaller than they claim. When I get home, I'll measure it with a tape measure, but I think they claim it's 88 inches, and my sleeping pad is 78 inches. And when I put my sleeping pad from end to end, it's maybe got 2 inches on each end. So it looks like it's more like 80, 82 inches, but we'll see. When I get home, I'll measure it, and we'll see how I sleep tonight. I tend to sleep large, so I'm 6'3", and I tend to sleep with my hands over my head, so usually I'm consuming about 6'5", 6'6" worth of space. So that's why I'm always hoping for something that's a good solid, 80 inches or more long. So we'll see how it works out. I do like the compact size, so if I can fit in it and sleep comfortably, that works out great. So I will say one thing for sure, that I can't do in this tent that I could do in my Z-Packs tent, because it's a much bigger tent, is I am not going to be able to keep my backpack inside the tent. Fortunately, it's got a very large vestibule, if you can see it, so I should be able to keep my backpack in the vestibule at least and keep it out of the weather. Yeah, there is nearly no room inside for anything other than like a bag and maybe my phone and stuff like that. There's a few pockets around that I can put my phone in, so I'll be able to get my valuables inside, my water inside. But the backpack itself, there's no way that's fitting inside with me. But we'll see how it goes tonight, and I'm all set up. So I'm going to start gathering some wood so we can have a nice fire tonight. It should be cold, so it'll be nice to be nice and warm by the fire. And then I'll see how I sleep in it tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Typically on these shorter hikes, when I have plenty of energy left at the end of the day, I really enjoy gathering and cutting firewood for a campfire. It actually got pretty cold after the sun went down, and having a nice warm fire made it all worth the effort.
So, camp hack. If you're old like me and you can't see squat, write down how many ounces of water and how many minutes and what you do and how many minutes. So this one's 14 ounces of water, 5 minutes, stir, 5 more minutes. Super easy to see, and I can see it even in this dim light. So that's my camp hack for this trip. Making dinner.
Yeah, I'm right behind you. I already got my water in there.
14 ounces, 5 minutes. This cup is 13.5 ounces, so it makes my life easy. Because they're already cooked.
Right. There's people that cold soak them.
It's not uncooked pasta.
Right, you're not cooking it with the...
You're not rehydrating it. Set a timer for 5 minutes. That's cool. We don't like, some places you can tell. Yours says restart instead of repeat.
Instead of repeat? All right, I'll start walking. And I'll text her in the morning and tell her that we stayed here and we're on our...
Well, that lit up pretty easy.
That's what I shared on my video. I said, Rick's over there cutting firewood and I'm goofing off making videos.
Right, I'll goof off and make videos on different times. Well, it's funny because... Oh man, come on Steve, I'm ready to go. Why is it taking you so long? Every time. He's mad because he beat me this morning, gotten right in. And then I got my backpack on really fast. So... this was the first morning he really beat me. What's your trail name? Slow Hand?
I already have a trail name for it. Nice try.
Anyway, we got all packed up. Fire's out. We still left a lot of firewood for the next person. Got all our gear. We're going to try to get to the trailhead and meet the hiking club by 9 o'clock, and it's 8:04 right now, so we'll see how long it takes us to get there. Hopefully it won't take too long, but I don't think we'll make it by 9. And away we go. Morning, Steve.
Morning.
He was up before me this morning. Everything is backwards on this trip. He packed up faster than me. He got up earlier than me. I got up and he had my bag all down and he was drinking his coffee.
It's a bizarro trip.
It is bizarro trip. We'll see how the rest goes. What's the name of those plants that he hates?
Oh, the hitchhiker plants.
This guy hates these certain plants, and this little hole here is supposed to be for a mason jar. So if you find them, you take the seeds, you bite them in half, and then you stick them in the mason jar that goes in that hole. That's what I was told. Yeah, but Eugene is very, very particular about a certain type of weed that is not native here and is very invasive. All right, we've met up with the backpacking group. They're over there. We're going to be taking off in about 15 minutes here on our hike today. So we're doing the 3 miles to the county line camp, and then tomorrow we'll be hiking the rest of the loop. So we'll walk by Fern Camp and back to the entrance here at the Bronson State Forest. So yeah, the tent worked out pretty good last night, so I'm pretty happy with that. So at this point, we joined up with the folks from the hiking club, and I didn't want to film anymore. I don't know who wants to be in a video or not. So we went for a day hike, and then we camped another night, and then hiked back to the trailhead the next morning. It was a great night. It was a good time with all the people. We had a nice campfire, had a lot of discussions about hiking and camping. But I'm going to wrap up the video here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.